you're asking yourself how. So here is how. Research made us to understand that the gestation period for a guilt is just 3 months. Practically, we have been seeing it and we have been doing that here. We are a witness to that because it is our business. So we deal with livestock, be it catfish, be it fish, or swine, and what is it called? Other parts. So we even do we pelletize feed too. So we do a lot of agri work, and we still deal with crops too. So, but today I'll be telling us about pigs. So how you can get at least 30 pigs within 1 and 2 months year. So the gestation period for a pig, the period at which they carry their pregnancy is just within 3 months. So after 3 months, they will give birth to their winners. So, but for you to achieve this result, if you are starting your farm afresh, the first thing you will do after you get your young gilt, so you spare their first heat, you spare their second heat, then the third one you can actually pair with a boas. So, and if you want to pair her with a boas, you pair her with an active one, the one that is active, that is already ready to do anything, and it will give you the result that you want. So you have to find a very active gilt. So after that, it will carry the first pregnancy, which is 3 months. Then you let her breastfeed the baby for 1.5 months, just 1 month and 2 weeks. That is 6 weeks. So you let her breastfeed the baby for that period. So after that period, you can actually let the gilts to rest, their mother to rest. You wean them, you separate them. So you will let the mother to rest for 1 month. So after 1 month, she will be within the period of that 1 month. She would have, if you feed her well, she would have grown back and developed back. So she will be on heat again. She will generate another heat. Then you can pair her with another boa. So So within those period, it's just not up to 3 months. So interval. So if you pair her, so within those periods or another period, you should have still carried another pregnancy. So within that 1 and 2 months, 1 year and 2 months, you would have gotten your 30 winners without any interruption. So here, the ones that will leave, that will spare their first heat, spare their second heat, they started well here. Some start with 7, some start with 9, some with 10 straight away, and the one that start least is 5. So yours can actually be like that too. So you can let your winners, your guilt, to start their own distance. So you don't need to rush them when they are very young. You let them get matured. You understand? There are some that even some, if they are not mature, they might kill their baby. So they won't know how to take care of their baby. So they are not mature. They don't have that mentality enough to take care of their baby. So you have to let them get matured, at least let them reach up to a year, 8 months, a year plus. So before you pair them, spare their first heat, spare their second heat, their third heat, you cannot pair them with an active boas. So with that, you can get the results that you want. So you don't need to get confused on this. It is very simple. Just 3 months, they will give you what you want. Another 3 months, they will give you what you want. Another 3 months, they will give you what you want. So within those 3 months, so there are this like 2 months, 2 weeks, you will spare it so that they can nurture the baby and as well rest. So there are some that rushes them within a very few period of weeks. They separate the mother from the winners. So they will win them and they will let them rest for another 2 weeks. So don't rush your pigs. Don't rush them like that. Don't rush your guilt. They will get weakened. So you understand? So you just have to give them time to rest so that they can give you a better result. So when they have the strength to carry another pregnant, they will give you a better result. Even there is some that we even sold out here. Somebody came to buy it. There was a mistake. So inbreed happened. So we don't want her to give birth again. She's almost 3 years. She's 3 years. So the baby she was carrying, after we counted the baby, after we killed the pig, when we counted the baby, it was actually 17 babies that were inside. So if you rear your animals and you feed them well, if you take care of them, you give them space, they will give you a better result. So that is how their baby will keep on increasing in their stomach. So just, you don't need to get confused. So you can actually obtain that result within that very few period. Just 14 months, it is done. You will get your 30 winners. So assuming you have like 15 winners, or you have like 10 or at least 5. So you can just do the simple arithmetic. Just multiply 30 by 5. So when 5 of them give you, so you can actually make a huge money from pig. So, and pig farming. So there is a lot that is going on in pig farming that you might not understand. So there is market for it, and people are consuming it well. So, and it will actually, it's one source of agricultural income that will earn you a lot of money, because a lot of people are demanding for it too. So as you can see, we have lots of pigs here. We have the winners that we are even ready to sell out, because there are many. We don't want to manage them in huge, in large size. So we want to limit them. So there are, sometimes ago there is a sickness that happened to pigs. So some of them die. So we don't want to keep them we don't want to keep them in large amounts. So just to save our own capital and to just limit the way we will be stressing ourselves to do other things like that too, because we have many branches and we have lots of work that we are doing too. So we just want to then limit. So if you need, we have 70% exotic one too. So exotic one that are 70% that are imported, that are 70%, we have them here too. So if you need them, you can actually reach out to me. So we'll connect, then we'll know how it can happen between the two of us. So you can actually reach me. So that's just a simple thing you can do about pig farming. So, and you will obtain the results. So you don't need to get confused, and you don't need to question the fact. So within 3 periods, your guilt would have taken our pregnancy and should have given birth. So another, after like 3 months interval, you give another. So you pay her with another boy. So So within those periods, she will still give you. But in here we have different breed of pigs. We have we are rearing large whites. We have large black. We have Duroc. We have all this China and Japanese breed lots. So if you search for it, you will get it. So we have lots of them like that. But in here we are only rearing large whites. So we have the one of the local one, and we have the one of 70% exotic. So they grow bigger and they grow well. I will show you some example that you can just take to know, and you will see them that they actually. So don't get confused, and don't question yourself how. Don't question yourself how. So this is just a simple way that you can take to get your winners, 30 winners within 14 months. So and it's done. So if you it just depends on handling and feeding and doing all sort of things like that. So it's very, very simple if you want to start your pigs farm. So you can just build a very small place like this. You don't need to start with large amounts of pig. So just start with 2, 3. So pair them together, but make sure you don't get inbreed. So if you get a male from somewhere, get a female from another place. Okay, from our place here, we just sell it like, if you are to buy 2 female, you are going to buy 1. So if you needed 3, if you needed 3 pigs, so we will give you 2 female and we will give you 1 male. So we can give you everything all together. So you can't just take everything all together. You have to pair it. So for instance, now if you get such thing from us, now you don't need to use the male one to cross the female one, because they are from the same bloodline, the same womb. So they are from the same mother. So you find another farm. We can even connect you to another person that will even give you that. So you will find another farm that you will buy your male from. So you use the male to cross the female you bought from us. Then take for instance, you still get another winners outside somewhere, so you use our own mate to cross there. So that is just the simple way to multiply your pigs. So within a year, you will get as much as you want if you are ready for this farming, and it is very cheap. They don't eat much, they eat less. We only feed them in the morning, we feed them in the evening, we feed them with as you can see the food they are eating. So we feed them with all what is it called? We feed them with PKC, we feed them with granite, cake, and other things like that, with some mixtures, So, and we give them cassava peel too. So, and they do take what is it called? Soccer leaf, and sometimes we feed them with just a lot of fruits like that. So, if you give them, your pigs will actually do it, and they will multiply. So you just need little amount of money to start it. Just start with something like 2, 3, 4. So within a year, you will get as much